What's up, Popco Nation? My name is Cody Hope. I am from Nacogdoches, Texas, and I just finished marching my second and age-out season with Monarch Independent. I am the bass guitar player for Monarch Independent, and I'm actually a double bass player. I'm a strings major here at the college that I go to. And being a classical orchestral bass player, there's a lot of question on if the marching activity is something that I should do. And I saw a lot of room for growth as a musician, as an educator, and just as a human being by doing this type of ensemble that a lot of string players don't do or don't have the opportunity to do. And so that's kind of what brought me to the WGI activity. In 2015, I was playing synthesizer with the Genesis Drum and Bugle Corps from Austin, Texas. And one of my friends that I was marching with, Juan Vallejo, he had marched with Monarch Independent for the 2015 season, and over the summer, becoming good friends with him, he told me about the ensemble and really encouraged me to go audition for Monarch, and that's what kind of brought me out to the audition. And once I had gotten out there, I saw that the front ensemble coordinator for Monarch was the same front ensemble coordinator that I had at Genesis, and so the reason why I chose to go to Monarch in the first place was this kind of familiarity with people that I had marched with, and especially they were the good things that I liked from when I marched. And so getting another opportunity to be with these people and learn with them was super appealing to me, and that's what brought me to Monarch for the first season. What brought me back to Monarch the second season was after the first season, I just really fell in love with the atmosphere that Monarch provides, because I really feel valued as a person at Monarch. Like, it's not just about me showing up, playing my music, and then going home. The members and the staff really care about me as a person, and I feel that they are invested in my successes, not just with the ensemble, but with my successes in school, music, and just my life in general. And that is something that is invaluable to me, and it's something that is so important to me that I just couldn't see myself marching with any other ensemble, because them being invested in me made me invested in the ensemble. And that's what brought me back for my age-out year. So we have this rule at Monarch where before we leave to go on meal breaks or at the end of a rehearsal day, you're supposed to cover up your keyboard before you go. And one of our marimba players, he decided not to cover up his keyboard before lunch. And so myself, a couple of the other front ensemble guys, as well as one of our techs, decided it'd be pretty funny to move all of his accidentals over before block started. And so we did. We shifted all of his keys around so it still looked the same, but none of the keys were in order. And we get back to block, and we all get set up to play. And we're playing a block chord exercise, so it's just, it's supposed to be chords the whole time. And we start the exercise, and it just sounds awful. Juan, that marimba player, he starts playing, and it just sounds, it sounds bad. It just sounds awful. And he kind of stops for a minute, and he looks at the keyboard, and he tries to play, jump back in, and it just is not working. It just sounds absolutely terrible. And our tech, he cuts off the rep, and he goes, "Hey Juan, what's going on there?" And he just I don't know, I just and he was like, "Yeah, you need to cover your board before we go on breaks." And so we had to fix his keyboard, and we got started again. And I guess it worked. He covered his keyboard for the rest of the season. My favorite memory with Monarch, as cliche as it sounds, was getting to perform at world-class finals. It's always been a dream of mine to perform at world-class finals, get able to perform on that Saturday night in front of all those people. And I'm really glad that I got to live that dream, but I got to do it with Monarch specifically. There was a lot of friends that I had made there that I had had since marching Genesis, in 2015. And it's been so awesome to see all of us make that journey from these humble beginnings to being able to just throw down at the highest level on the grandest stage in our activity. And that was something that is super special to me, and it's something that I will never ever forget. My favorite thing about Monarch is the culture and the atmosphere that we've cultivated within the ensemble. There were a lot of vets coming in from last year for Monarch this year, but there were also a lot of new members as well. But despite that, we were all able to click really well as an ensemble almost from day one. The first rehearsal we had with exclusively contracted members, we were already best friends, and we were able to hang out and talk, very real with each other. And that was something that was really cool. And it's super special, especially within the confines of WGI, because within DCI, within drum corps, it's really easy to maintain and build these types of relationships because you're with, these people, you're with them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 3 months. And with WGI, you see each other Friday night through Sunday, and then you go back to your lives for 5 days, and then you come back Friday night and you do it all again. And so it would have been really easy for all of us to just kind of treat Monarch as this weekend gig that we did, just show up, play, and go home. But we didn't. We all became best friends super quickly, and we all were invested in each other. We talked throughout the week. I talked to them quite a bit, and they were really invested in me as a person, and I was invested in them. I'd get texts during the week like, hey, Cody, congratulations on a good orchestra concert. Hey, Cody, how'd that test go? Like, we were really invested in each other's lives, and we really cared about each other, and that's something that is super important to me. And the fact that we were able to maintain and build such a close bond that I don't even have with guys that I've known for years is super special to me. And I definitely feel that we've made these lifelong bonds that will last past the season. And that's what I like most about Monarch. That's something that is the absolute most special to me, because ultimately this activity is about people and using music to change people. And the fact that I was able to make such great friends is something that will stick with me for the rest of my life. More so than any competitive success, more so than the music that we played, but being able to just learn, grow, and bond with all the people in the ensemble is super special. It's super important, and it's what I'm most thankful for this season. To anyone out there that's nervous about auditioning, I completely understand. I was the same way. I think we all were. I think everybody is super nervous going out to their first audition. And my response to that kind of thing is, you definitely should do it. It's the best first step that you can take, because this activity has absolutely changed my life for the better. And if I had never worked up the courage to go to that first audition camp, my whole life would have been different. And I guess something that I can say to help quell the fears that you have is, everybody at any audition wants to see you succeed. Nobody wants to see anyone else fail. The staff wants to help you be successful. Other members want to see you successful, because this activity is super selfless and super special. We all care about each other, and we all just want to make music, And so there's so much to learn from each other. It's such a welcoming atmosphere that really any fears you have, there's no reason to have them. It's such a great opportunity to go out there, and even if you don't make the ensemble, there's still so much to learn. There's so many great people to meet that I absolutely recommend just doing it and just going to an audition. Ultimately, what the WGI activity about is people and using music to change people. And Prove Our Purpose is super important to that, because the outreach that they provide is super important to fostering this type of atmosphere of family within the activity, because it doesn't matter where any of us have marched or whether we haven't marched. Just being fans and members of this activity brings people together, and it creates friendships and families that last a lifetime. And Prove Our Purpose does such a great job of fostering that type of community, and the outreach that they provide is absolutely invaluable to the activity. And so I want to thank Prove Our Purpose for all the work that they do to help keep this activity thriving and to help keep the communities strong. So thank you.